What's going on, everybody? Wyatt with Coastal Bassin here. This is going to be our April surf fishing report. What I want to do is the big thing for April is going to be the whiting. The whiting are out there. They're right past the breakers. They're all over the beach right now. The best thing that you can use to catch those is going to be just this very simple double drop rig. You can get those any tackle store. You can make them. They cost about $1 or so, and they're really nothing to rig. All you got to do is take a very small hook, a 2, a 1, or a 1/0. It's going to be best for the whiting, because they don't really get very big. A big whiting's going to be 14 to 16 inches, but even those 12 to 14 inch whiting are very good to eat. And the best thing about this is it's a really good time to take your family out there, take your kids out there, because the whiting are really easy to catch. All it takes is just a little tiny piece of shrimp. Live shrimp or fresh shrimp work the best. You can get those from a few vendors along Highway 17 and tackle stores and things like that. If you can't get that, you can always get frozen shrimp at Walmart or anything like that, and that's gonna work. That's gonna work well for them as well. The main thing with your double drop rig is you want to use the heaviest weight that keeps it on the bottom. The heaviest weight and the lightest weight that keeps it on the bottom. You have to balance the two. You don't want to go overly heavy. About 3 ounces is the most that I ever really use. Most of the time I use a 2. That's going to handle all of your current. If the current's blowing a 3-ounce weight around, then you really need to get to somewhere where it's not as rough. The whiting are going to kind of try and get out of that. They're going to duck into the inlets and things like that you see behind us, just to get out of all the mess. They don't want to be out there fighting heavy current all day long. So that's going to be a big thing that everyone's keying on this time of year. Tons of whiting fishermen. You talk to anybody out there on the pier, you're actually going to, anybody that you see out on the piers and things, you're going to see them all kind of shuffled towards the breaker zone, trying to catch those fish. So the next thing's going to be flounder. We had a cold snap a few weeks back, and that really shut everything down for about a solid week or so. So everything right now is about a week behind. So instead of flounder being really far back in the creeks, a lot of them are still out there in that surf zone. So you'll be able to catch a lot of flounder out there around places like your inlets, anywhere where there's a swash. Right there around the inlet mouth is where your big flounder are going to be as they really start to come into the creeks. Really good things for those are going to be a Carolina rig with a mud minnow on it. Now, you don't want to get overly heavy like with the whiting. You don't want to get overly heavy with your Carolina rig weights. 1.5 ounces or so for your egg sinker. That's about as much as you really want to get. Flounder, again, are also going to try and stay out of that heavy current as well. And this is a really good time to catch some of those 5 to 10 pound flounder. There's a lot of reports of those getting caught this time of year. Lastly is going to be bluefish. Still just a little bit cold. The cold snap again messed everything up, shut everything back, shut everything down. Bluefish are going to start showing up. They haven't really started showing up in large numbers yet, but as it gets warmer, that's what you're going to be looking for. You can catch those from the beach. They're going to be around the schools of mullet. As the big schools of mullet come up from Florida, the bluefish are going to be all around them, just chasing them, harassing them the whole way up the coast. And the bluefish are just going to be scattered up and down the beaches, mostly relating to the schools of mullet. They're not really going to relate to the inlets and things as much. So you'll be able to catch those anywhere that you see the clouds of mullet. It's actually going to look like a shadow on the water whenever you find them, of just a bunch of mullet swimming down the beach. Bluefish are always going to be around there. They might not be blowing up on the mullet and eating them, but they're always going to be around them or following them. Really good thing for those is going to be your jerk baits, a good heavy jerk bait that you can actually cast out there and get into the schools, gotcha plugs, and like always, Carolina rig with strips of mullet or even strips of shrimp on there will catch the bluefish. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more updates.